Good afternoon, Gemini. This is going to be your weekly reading. Um, I uh, I did my all signs reading this morning, and did some running around, had some appointments, did some shopping and stuff. Sorry if you hear my dogs moving around. And I decided to come home and take a nap so that I can kind of recharge my battery a little bit, so I could deliver, some good messages for you this week. I have my set of runes, and I have been playing around with them, and I really actually can read the energy of the runes even so much better than I can the cards. So what I'm going to do, since I'm doing so many videos anyway, and they really do drain me, is I'm going to do the 4 elements: fire, water, earth, and air signs every week with the runes. And I'm going to start tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to start with the fire signs. So do watch for that. And also, if you would like to have a paid reading, these are via video chat. And they're interactive. And they're $50. And you get about 40 minutes of my time. And you can ask me questions. And we can talk. And I can get a sense for your energy. And really be able to tell you what is blocking you in different areas of your life. I'll include that information in the description of the video, or if you would like to make an energy donation, you can use the same PayPal email address and the same Cash App handle. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We have the 9 of Cups, and the energy that I read from this card as soon as I saw it were emotions and feelings. Now, a lot of times we feel like we have to hide our feelings from others, and especially if we feel like somebody has hurt us or disappointed us or let us down. I know I was raised to not show my feelings. I tell people all the time, I was raised like a boy. My mom would not let me show feelings or emotions because she said that basically it was that type of thing, never let them see you sweat, and she felt like you would give your power away when you would let somebody know that they hurt you or not. But actually it's the other way around. When you hold back your emotions from others, you are doing that for them. It's like you're putting them first over yourself. You're not honoring yourself. You're not honoring your feelings. And when we don't put ourselves first, we create a codependent bond. And this came out in the all signs reading that I did this morning, this codependent bond, as far as putting others first, or basically trying to please others. This is that disease to please, so that we can keep people in our lives. And sometimes people don't need to be in our lives. Sometimes we need to release them. And the way that you can tell if somebody is supposed to be in your life or not is to start improving in different areas of your life. Start releasing this codependent energy. Any sort of inclination to align to a toxic relationship. And a toxic relationship is where you are in a place of need and fear, where you are scared you're going to lose somebody else. And so you get in that energy, that disease to please, where you like I said, you put others before you. Do start clearing that and start raising your vibrations, and you will know who is for you and who isn't. Because whoever is not for you will fall off on their own accord. And whoever is will continue to come towards you. It's like as you improve, and I say improve like you're broken. You're not broken. You don't need healed. You just need to shift your perspective, and you just need to really shift energetically and align more to your soul. And once you start doing this, whatever and whoever is for you, you will automatically magnetize in. I have these Heart Oracle cards, these Lovers Oracle cards that I got in, and I love these things. Because to clarify that 9 of Cups, we have emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So although you are honoring your feelings, okay, make sure that you are not letting your emotions take over your mind. Emotions come from, to me, feelings and emotions are different. You know, you have your feelings, and that is how you, that is, I feel like that's your soul's way of letting you know. It's like a roadmap. It's like a guide, and that is your intuition. That is your gut feeling, okay? And you hear people talk about that all the time, your gut feeling. To me, emotions are more like things run wild, like anger, bitterness, frustration. And these come from thoughts and belief in thoughts. These come from the mind. And so it says here that they can distort your perception and cloud your vision. Yes, they can. Sometimes you have to look at things from a different point of view. Do look at the mirror that people hold up for you to see. Once you start doing that, instead of letting your emotions take over you and pointing the blame and playing the victim, instead look at the mirror that people are holding up. And tell yourself, or ask yourself, what is it that they are showing me? I know that there is a lesson in this somewhere, and they're reflecting back to me something that I have denied about myself. I was talking about judgment the other day, and I said, you know what? When people judge, and that's all you do when you have thoughts, you're judging, you're labeling it. You're trying to classify it as good or bad. Judgment says more about the person doing the judging, because it's really from your point of view, from your perspective. And a lot of times we see things in others that we have denied about ourselves. And so be very careful of that. You know, when you see somebody and, you know, they have hurt you or they've done something to you and you're like, oh, this is bad. They're just a horrible person. Instead of recognizing the fact that they're, you know, soul family, they're here to serve you. They're here to show you something. Do have your boundaries in place, and you always can never go wrong when you put yourself first. So don't be scared to say no to people and situation and circumstances. And even though you do forgive the situation, even though you do change your perspective about it, you don't have to have that person in your life anymore. You can, you know, be detached. You can walk away from it. So the message that's coming up with this is, don't be scared to walk away from people and situations that no longer serve you. But do honor your feelings and change your perspective about it. And release that victim mentality, because victim mentality is so important to let go of. Sorry. We have the Seven of Swords. And basically what I'm getting with this is everything is not a battle. This is a mental energy. This is a conflict. So there's quite a bit of conflict in this reading today. So I feel like maybe you've been in conflict with somebody, you know, maybe somebody at your job, or a romantic interest, or family members. Everything is not a battle, and sometimes the best way to win a battle is to walk away from it, is to not feed into it at all. But our egos want us to have the last word. Our egos want us to win. But define winning, okay? Is winning having this conflict and going at it with somebody and getting the last word? Is that how you win? Or would it be saving your energy and walking away from it? You know, and possibly talking to someone at another time when you guys are both, you know, more calm. Do you want to win or be right, or do you want to have meaningful relationships? So this is the time to really get your ego out of the way. To clarify that card, we have waterfall, effortless. And see, water flows. The message that's coming through with this is that go with the flow energy. Is that an eye? It looks like an eye, doesn't it? Doesn't that look like an eye right there at the top? of that cliff. That is an eye. That could be your third eye. And I believe this has came up before, Gemini, with that third eye opening. And what I'm getting is that as that third eye has been opening, maybe you're able to see through people. Maybe their true nature is coming through. And so I know for me last year when my third eye opened up, I was like, you know what? I've been holding on to people for years that I really don't even like. I went through like a whole blocking purge where I blocked like 30, 40 people. I was like, forget it. I don't care if I've known them 30 years. I didn't like them then. So why am I holding on to them? And I sense energy. And sometimes when you can really perceive somebody's energy, all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I don't even want them around me. I don't even want to take that in. And that could be some of this conflict too, maybe. And it looks like, you know, walking away from people and circumstances that no longer serve you. And the message that's coming through from Spirit is do not feel guilty about this. Do not, because like I said, there's more than one way to win a battle. And it could be by retreating, you know, and keeping your integrity in place and not expending any energy and just cutting people off from you. I really feel like that's the message, is that eye. But at the same time, this effortless, this waterfall, is go with the flow. And don't judge anything that's happening right now, because everything is being divinely guided. And when you resist, situations stay around longer than they need to. It's like when you resist it, it's like you are energetically feeding into it. And I know I've had situations, even like with my finances. I'm like, God, this is terrible. I'm dealing with this situation right now, and it just won't get any better. And finally, when my back against the wall, I finally was like, you know what? It is what it is. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and I'm just going to surrender to it. I'm going to surrender to the universe. And whatever is meant to happen, let it happen. At this point, I don't even give a damn. And you know what? Everything got better at that point. Surrender is key. And there's so much magic in surrender. But that's kind of goes with, like, I feel like with these like emotions too, is that, you know, you want to fight and you want to have control, and control is an illusion. Once you get out of your own way and just start going with the flow and you surrender, that is when real change can happen. Like this King of Wands here. King of Wands is all about activity. And see, there's a snake here too. And see, snakes are all about intuition also. It's like that serpent and that staff. And so the energy that I'm getting with this card is that your intuition is improving. And that you are really connecting on a really deep level, and you're seeing things and having more clarity now. I know yesterday, and I haven't talked about it much, I've been resting all day today because was completely wiped out. I'm hurting really bad in my body, and I feel like it's this energy shift I've been going through. I went into inner union with my soul yesterday. And I can't even describe it, but if you're on a twin flame journey like I am, I've already done one twin flame reading for the week yesterday. But with this happening, I feel like I'm going to make a second one, possibly tomorrow, so I can talk about it. But as you start shedding the conditioning and all of the 3D physical aspects that you have taken on, and you get closer to your soul energy and your soul vibration, you will automatically be able to like see through people and circumstances. And so many people change jobs, change, locations, change friends, hobbies, interests, things that they didn't even know that they liked. All of a sudden, like, wow, I love doing these things, and I didn't even know it. And that's what happened for me too. So I feel like this is also happening for you. There's a lot of activity going on right now in your life. And I know it can be overwhelming, which is why it's very important to get out in nature, spend some time meditating, Really ground yourself. Take your shoes and socks off. Walk outside on the earth barefoot and really ground yourself. To clarify that card, and I got this self-compassion deck, and these are not, tarot or oracle cards, but I thought that it would be really good to incorporate into my readings. And so I've been using these, and I'm real excited about them. And they're like affirmations to help you become more compassionate to yourself. A lot of times we put other people, ahead of ourselves, and we forget to give that to ourselves. And that is really key on this journey called life. A special delivery. Bring to mind someone who has enormous wells of compassion. Imagine them sending you love right now. Are they saying anything? What is the expression on their face? So what I'm getting with this is, you know what? You really, yes, you can imagine someone else doing that, but how about you imagine yourself doing that? Imagine yourself sending you love. And how do you send yourself love and compassion? You do that by accepting all of the parts of yourself, all of the parts that other people are showing you. And so any part of yourself that you have denied, bring it out into the light and show compassion and be like, you know what? Yes, I tend to overthink. I am obsessive. I am jealous. I tend to be very fearful of failure or rejection or whatever these things are. But you know what? I love that about myself. And you know what? I have compassion for myself because I know why I'm that way. I was conditioned to be this way. And so now I'm going to look at it a different way, and I'm going to change my perception so that I can let go of this resentment that I have and start loving myself more. That's how you transmute fears into love, and that is how you show yourself more love. We have the Six of Wands. And so the message that's coming through with this is that everything that has happened up until this point has prepared you. It's all been preparation. Your soul is ready. You're ready to start manifesting more money and to learn how. And it's amazing when you realize how abundant of a place that the universe is and how it provides. I had told a story on my Tracy Smellgoods Facebook page the other day. If you have not been to Tracy Smellgoods on Facebook or Neptune's Daughter, please visit my pages, like and subscribe and share. But I was saying about how a few weeks ago I was divinely guided because this year I've had a lot of financial issues. I was divinely guided to go get help for a bill that I had. And so I had made this appointment like a week in advance, to get this charity. And, charity is hard for me because I'm so independent. And when I'm in there, understand earlier that day, I had broke my hand mixer trying to make some products for a customer that I needed to make so that I could have some money. And when this hand mixer broke, I didn't have any money whatsoever. So it was one of those things where I needed money to get the mixer, but I couldn't get the money without the mixer. So I went to this appointment for charity, and there was a donation table in there. And I look over there, and there is this really, really nice Hamilton Beach stand-up mixer, complete with bowls and everything, just sitting on the table. And I asked the two ladies at the desk, I said, "Is that free?" They said, "Yeah, help yourself." And at the time, I was like, wow, that's just like so weird. It's just such a coincidence, that there's like a whole Hamilton Beach hand mixer. Really nice one, by the way, on the donation table. And I was able to take it home and make what I needed. And, when I was sharing this story the other day, when I was using it, I said, this mixer has a very magical story, and I'm going to tell it. I realized how magical it was and how divinely guided I was, and how beautiful is that exactly what I needed at the exact same time was there for free for me to take. I mean, that is not a coincidence. So, what I was getting at is that everything that's happened so far has prepared you to start aligning to better, higher vibrational situations. But you have to find the blessings. Not only find the lessons and the strength and the courage and the wisdom that you have learned from everything that you've been through, but look for the tiny blessings, the smallest things that you might have overlooked that show you how divinely supported you are. And the universe always has your back. So surrender to it and stop worrying, because to clarify that Six of Wands, we have initiation. And so if you start looking at everything that's happened, and even if it's something that comes up that you consider to be shitty, look at it as a test. This is a test to test my faith. You know what? I'm not going to resist it. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to fall into a deep place of faith because I know everything is happening just like it's supposed to, and I'm not going to worry about it. And that is the magical energy to be in. We have the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is a completion of a cycle. And this is a financial cycle. This is something in the physical world. And I feel like it's got to do with finances. And the message that's coming through from Spirit is that the struggle is over. And you're going to start moving into a place of more abundance. But you have to believe it. You have to start telling yourself better stories. Release the old stories of that victim mentality, that lack, that scarcity, that, you know what, things just never fucking go the way I want them to. I'm so close, but yet I never quite make it to where I'm trying to be at. Something always goes wrong. Release those stories and start telling yourself that everything is perfect. And find things to be grateful for and be happy with what you have, and don't even worry about what you don't have because it's coming. It's a beautiful message because you are entering into a new cycle. This one here is over with. Because to clarify that card, we have, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. So definitely there's a lot of anxiety in this reading, and I feel like a lot of it has to do with finances and possibly even, like I said, that connection, that romantic connection that you have that might not be going the way that you want it to right now. But the message that's coming through from Spirit is to let it go for now and focus your energy on your finances. And whoever is for you, you cannot lose them by divine right, because they will keep coming. So the more that you work on yourself and the more that you surrender everything to the universe, the more that everything that you are trying to align to will come to you. And you will know who is for you and who isn't. Because we have the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is all about choices. So I do feel like, you know, you have several options right now in the area of romance. Quite possibly somebody from your past, somebody new. Somebody new has stirred up feelings right now and really has you kind of doubting yourself. It's kind of thrown you off your game a little bit. And you've kind of neglected other areas of your life. But the message, like I said, once again coming through from Spirit, is that you need to take a step back. You need to fall back for now and focus on yourself. So that you don't get stuck in one of those cycles that you've been in the past where you put somebody else ahead of yourself. You need to ground yourself right now by focusing on you, putting yourself first. I mean, that message is coming through so loud and clear. So definitely do take a step back, fall back for now, and let whoever it is that is truly for you keep coming towards you. Not because you are doing something for them, not because you're offering them anything, not because of any type of need or codependent type energy, but because you are enough as you are. You don't have to do anything to qualify for love whatsoever. So know this. To clarify that card, we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So really use this time, and sometimes your soul will orchestrate this space. This is the other message that's coming up. Maybe, you have this new person and things were really good and you were like, man, this is like the most amazing thing. And maybe they've kind of ghosted you. For one thing, ladies, understand, and if you have not listened to John Gray's Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, please do. Because he talks about how when men are going into like a deeper space of intimacy, that they have to go into their man cave for a while. And females automatically want to go after them. Do not go after them. Let them go. Let them have a space. Because this space is also for you too. This is a gift from your soul, so that you can explore your own fears of intimacy. Because believe it or not, we think that we're ready for intimacy and we're just like, oh man, I'm ready, but he's not. That's not necessarily the case, because when we press out or push out on somebody else, like if we chase them or pursue them or, anything, and this can even be energetic, we can be sitting up looking at their Facebook page or Instagram page at night or whatever, like trying to see what they're doing. They feel that, they sense that, it's an energy. So, but when we do push out on other people, we're doing that to avoid ourselves. And most of the time it's because of our own fear of intimacy, because we know that if we were to have a true, mature, adult, healthy connection with somebody, we would have to be truly intimate, and that scares us. So a lot of times we self-sabotage in ways that we're not even aware of. So the message that's coming through from Spirit is to let this person have their space. This is a gift to your soul as well, so that you can work through some things of your own. I feel like this card here, that emotions are a natural, necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception, cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. This has to do with past relationships. Let go of any type of resentment or unforgiveness that you have from the past, from your exes. That is the message I'm getting from this card. We have, this card represents a lady whose fortune is being told, and all of their cards affect it to a degree. Oh, I usually don't read all this. This is a feminine energy. And so I do feel like this has to do with those feelings being balanced. And I do feel like, even though I do read for men and women, I do feel like the message that's really coming through right now is to really let the person that you're romantically interested in, this masculine energy, go into the man cave. Do not follow him. And if you're a masculine watching this, understand that it's all right also for you to go into your man cave and to take all the time that you need, because you also need to kind of fall back right now. Fall back and do take this time to really explore how you feel and to surrender to the universe, because whoever and whatever's for you, you cannot lose by divine right. So stop worrying about loss. Stop being fearful of loss. True power is when you're not scared to lose anything or anybody. Okay, I have this postcard oracle card. And I have not read this yet, so. Dear wonderful you. Oh, God. I promise I haven't read this. Intimacy is scary sometimes. It means you have to let someone else get to know the real you, not the perfect, flawless mask you wear for others. No, it's time to reveal the cool one, the passionate one, the imperfect one, that is totally you without artifice or walls. Remember when I said show compassion for yourself and embrace the real you? All of the parts, even the parts that you denied. Yes, you will be exposed and vulnerable for a time, but it will be so worth it. This is the only way you will know true closeness with others, and you will also be close to Spirit and to us. There's amazing freedom that comes when you let go and just be yourself with another or a group. Release from the invisible bindings that keep you from intimacy is truly empowering. So may we support you wholeheartedly in this choice. You will know yourself better, and we hope learn to love yourself as much as we do. Life is about who we are with others, so share it. You'll be so glad you did. Loving you so, so much. Wow, that is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful message. And so definitely work through your fears of intimacy. I feel like that's the message that's coming through right now. And if you're a man, it's all right to go into your man cave for a while. That involves putting yourself first. And that's what I was saying earlier about having boundaries with others and feeling the need to say no. That is how you keep from forming codependency with others, by keeping your own identity and your own independence. And ladies, this space is a gift. Work with it. And stop being scared to lose people. Well, this is your weekly reading, Gemini, and do check out my elements runes readings that I'm going to be starting tomorrow. Thank you for watching.